Hey everyone, today I'd like to show you ReFace, which is my new Blender add-on built to make CAD-style and hard surface modeling way faster and much easier. I'll walk you through the main tools one by one with quick real examples. So to install ReFace, it's like any other add-on. You go to your preferences, you go to your add-on menu, and then you install the zip file, and then you enable ReFace. Now we do have two settings over here, which we will go over later in the video. So let's start with the main feature that I personally use constantly, and it's aligning objects to the active face. I have view meshes that I pulled from Polyhaven, and as you can see, their rotations are randomized and then applied. So if I select each object over here, you can see that the rotation is zeroed. So they're visually wrong, but technically zeroed out. And then if you want to realign this object, it's normally pretty annoying to fix. With ReFace, you simply go to edit mode. So you select any flat face and then you right click and then you select align object to the active face. As you can see, it aligns it with the z-axis of the world coordinate system. And then if we go out, the rotation is not applied, so you can still Control Z and go back to your original rotation. And then if I go to each of those objects, as you can see, it's very easy to fix that rotation. And then I have this object over here just to show you. I can randomize the rotation, Control A, and then apply rotation, and then it's the same process over here. The second feature we have is face references. If I enable this collection, now this feature is still evolving. Here I have an arbitrary shape. I can pick any flat face from this model, and then I can select set alignment reference. Now as you can see, this creates a plane and stores it neatly inside a managed collection called alignment axes. Think of it as a temporary construction plane that you can use. The size of the reference plane can be controlled from the add-on menu. So here we have the face guide area multiplier, set this to 10, and then if I go back and then set alignment reference, now you can see that the plane is 10 times larger than the selected face. So what this does is it automatically sets the snapping mode to face mode and activates it. So if I go and then constrain it to the z-axis, yeah, you can see that it snaps it to this face. I can go here, and now this face is coplanar to our main face using this reference plane. And then you can delete it by either manually deleting it from here or using the end panel. Go back to edit mode, go to ReFace, and then you can use clear alignment. The final two features, which are for the edge tools, I have this, again, arbitrary 2D shape. Say I want to align this edge to that edge over here. If I select this edge, right click and then set alignment reference, and then now we have this reference edge. We can adjust the multiplier, set it to 10, go back, set alignment reference, and now you can see the edge is 10 times larger than the main edge. We can align individual vertices to that reference edge. Now again, it sets it to edge mode. So if we constrain it to the y-axis in this case, you can see we can easily snap it to that reference edge. The other thing we can do is we can select the edge, and then we have this option called align edge to reference edge. If I select that, now you can see the edge is constrained to that reference edge, and I can control the offset with my mouse. We have a few options over here. The first one is the anchor point. I can cycle it with L. The default one is center, and you can see that the reference or the edge that I have selected is snapped using its center point. If I cycle it with L, I can snap the edge using the first point. And now if I press L again, it's the second point, and I can keep cycling these. The other option we have is rotating the edge to be parallel to the reference edge, and that's using R. And again, I can cycle the anchor point, and that will adjust the offset relative to whatever the anchor point is set to. Keep in mind that the offset is in reference to the center point of the main edge, which is this one over here. And then I can confirm my selection using left click. You still have this menu on the bottom left that you can further adjust the values. You can change your anchor point. You can turn on and off the rotate to reference. And then if I just Control Z and go back here, we have the same option for vertex mode. And this just simply has the offset. And you can either right click or you can left click to confirm your selection. And then you still have the slider over here to set it to any specific value that you want. The last tool that we have is setting the edge length. The same thing here, you select an edge and you can see that you have the length of the current selected edge in the end panel menu. If I click the button, I also have the anchor point. Set this edge to 3 units and I click OK. And I still have this menu over here to change the anchor point. So now it's relative to the second vertex or to the center, and I can change the length and see the change reflected in real time. So just to wrap up, that's the current core of ReFace. I am actively adding more tools and polishing what's already here. If you've got any ideas for this add-on, genuinely want to hear them. ReFace now is on Superhive. If it saves you time, I'd love your feedback. And if you run into any weird cases, get in contact with me and I'll be sure to fix them. Thank you for watching, and I'd hope you give ReFace a chance. Thank you.